live because it's 6 p.m. You are live, it says. Yes, we are live with you, my friends. Nice to see you. Hello, my friends, and welcome. My name is Dennis, and as you probably know, I'm the airline pilot. Today I'm not wearing my uniform, my YouTube uniform. Just tell me, how's the audio quality as for you? Is it okay? Is it not okay? I'm just reading your comments right now. I'm using the mic that I bought for the streams. No. Nice to meet you. Just I'll wait for a few seconds before I start. Just want everyone to be here. Hello. Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you. Thanks for participating in our stream today. 5 out of 5. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, we reached 500,000 subscribers. That's quite a lot. I've never imagined to reach this number that fast. And honestly, I've never imagined to reach this number on my channel. I thought that I'll reach like 200,000 in 5 years, something like that. But yeah, 500,000 subscribers. But it's not because of my regular videos. If you'll see them, you'll see that I have like 20,000 views, sometimes more than 200,000 views. But in general, the majority of the public came from the short videos. And those people who watch short videos, they do not pay lots of attention for my regular videos. That is how YouTube works nowadays, and I don't want to leave to film shorts. I'll continue to film shorts because I think that's the tool that I will use. Maybe the guys who watch shorts later on, they'll watch my regular videos, and just hope for that. But really, the shorts are okay, but for me, I really put my soul into my regular type of content, into my big type of videos. Shorts are I use like to attract people to my channel. That's it. And just tell me how you find this channel, from regular videos, from I don't know, from the word of mouth, from a friend, or just from shorts. And nice to meet you here today on this special live stream. Today it's just gonna be Q&A video, nothing special. On my live streams compared to other live streams, you may just ask questions and I will just answer them. But please speak, just type in English. You may use Google Translate, I'll understand them. Just to respect with to other guys, just type in English. At least try. Hey Dennis, I've been offered 2 jobs, one in TUI Airways and one with Ryanair Boss at my choose base. If you were in my position, which would you pick? Wow, you're a very lucky guy, Dylan Mike Turk. I don't know what type of jobs do they offer you. If you speak about the pilot job, well, if it's your first job, I would go to low-cost carrier because they are very they're expanding mostly all the time. It's like their development strategy. They expand. They need new pilots. They need captains. So if you want to become a captain very fast, go to low-cost carrier. TUI, it seems like TUI is not a low-cost. Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably they are just carrying guys to some kind of, they have a charter flights, right? Mostly. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know nothing about TUI. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. Today is a nice day. I still have the winter. I have a snow outside. It's not snowing, but snow lies in the streets. Nice picture. Hello Captain, thanks for the awesome video. Pam. Yeah, thanks for watching my videos. Hello Dennis, congratulations. Yeah, thank you, my friends. Did you fly to India? Yes, I have the video on my channel. 2 videos actually. One landing to Delhi airport and another departure from Delhi airport. You may find them on my channel. United firing pilots not taking job. Still have the crisis, around. What is one of the favorite aircraft besides this Boeing 737 series? Well, I like Airbus A350. Also, it's it's my favorite airplane from, if you speak about commercial aviation. They have some issues with the painting, but I think it's the minor issue and they should fix it, and they will fly it. If you haven't seen, I'll suggest you to watch my latest video about the Qatar Airways paint issue. They just released the video statement, and they showed how the paint deteriorated on the airplane. It's a tremendous deterioration, my friend. So I would agree with Qatar, they are not safe to fly. It also happened to other airlines, but with less degree, less severe, if we say about it. I think it's because of the climate specifics in Middle East. It's very hot, up to 45 sometimes during the summer month, and then you fly upstairs, it's -60, you land, it's -45, so it's something to do with this paint on those airplanes that cannot hold in this temperature changes. That's my idea. Hi Dennis, how difficult would it be for you to fly, let's say, Airbus A320 if you were a passenger and both pilots were incapacitated? It's not very difficult. I already tried to fly the Airbus A350 real flight simulator and really like it. It has the logic of automatic flight control system is a little bit different if you compare to Boeing 737, but in general you may fly it as Boeing. It's still, if you pull up the stick, it goes up. If you put it down, it goes. Well, I would land this airplane in one piece, I'm sure about it. I hope I'll never be in this kind of scenario. I hope everything will be fine on my flights. At least I never heard of that passengers should have landed the airplane. I've got a question for you. How long did your training take, and then did you start it? Okay. It depends on your country. Well, if you speak about how long will it take for you, it depends. Our country has regulations that you need to have the diploma, the highest degree. So I have the pilot engineering degree, so aviation engineering - pilot degree, and I had to learn like 5 years for that. So I have a master's degree in university, I have a bachelor degree, I have a master's degree in academy. So it took 5 years for the studying and half a year to write a diploma. So that's it for me. And I have the almost same subjects as aviation engineers have. So yeah. Dennis, is it worth putting so much hard work in the middle school and the high school on math to be a pilot? Is it worth working so hard? And do I have to get all my tests and exams on math correct? Well, tomorrow, yeah. Try your best, try to be the best of the best, but really what decides is our money. So if you have the money for the training, you will be a pilot. You may need to go through the math tests, then you'll be hired to Airline. There are some tests about it, even for Emirates. They have some special math tests, but they're not very hard to pass. But in general, for your mindset, let's say, for thinking ability, math helps. So if you don't like it, that may influence your career. If you want to learn something, try first like it, and then you'll learn it with passion. That's my suggestion for you. Don't look at math as something really terrible. Try to look, oh, math, okay, well, let's do it. No problem. It's like, it's the way I looked at English. So I looked at the English, and yeah, English. I thought like I'll never understand English, I'll never learn it, I'll never speak it. But then I became a friend with English. It's okay, English, I will never understand all the words, but let's speak it. Let's just speak it. So my vocabulary is still low, but I can speak it. And it's enough for me to, to have the YouTube channel in English. So try to have the same sort of relationship with math. I'm struggling financially to enter the ATPL. If I can get it with 30 years, I'm still attractive to her. I don't know, how old are you now? George, I don't know. Well, if you want to go to aviation, if you after 40 years old, after 45, if you are not sure whether it's okay for you, if it's not your dream, I'll suggest not to go for it. If it's really your dream, you have decided to put your life to it, even after 40s, you need to go to aviation. Well, I know some of the stories. Well, then guys became pilots even after 50s, in their 50s. And yeah, if you go in 40s, you'll still have like 20 years of flying career. So nice. Or even 25 years. Like in my country, you can be a pilot until 65. So if you go in your 40s, it's a good time really to start, if it's your goal. But some of the airlines, they may not hire first officers. Usually they hire first officers under 45 years old, so under 45 years old. You need to go to specific airline and understand their requirements. But if they really need pilots, they may hire even after 45 years old. Okay, good evening, Dennis. How are you? How's your family? Hi, Robert. I have just been recording my speech for Fly UA Virtual's first birthday with Costa in a flight sim have been to. Oh, nice. Robert, sorry, I couldn't find the information about the weights you asked me. Well, I was able to find it, but it's in a different place, so I need to spend some of the time to collect it. Now I don't have time, sorry. Do you need ATPL first before getting CPL? No, usually it's vice versa. You need to have CPL and frozen ATPL to be hired to airline. So ATPL will be granted after you'll have at least 1,500 hours. Well, depends also according to local regulations. 1,500 hours you should fly with CPL, and after that you go to the check, to the simulator skill test, and after that they will give you ATPL. For that you need to have frozen ATPL, and that's just the theory that you should have passed in a flight school. How old you became a captain? I became a captain when I was 25 years old on ATR. What is the requirement age of a pilot? You should be you should be at least 21 years old for commercial pilot, to obtain commercial pilot license. In my country, in your, I don't know. Hello, Dennis. Then are you planning to come to India? I don't have Delhi in my schedule, so even though I will fly to Delhi, I will stay in airport for 3 hours and coming back to Kiev via Rasselheim or Dubai. So I do not go to visit Delhi or any other city in India. I don't have plans to visit India as a tourist, so I don't know. Congratulations on 500,000, Captain. I got a question. What's the best profile for high school to be a pilot? You need to be the best of the best. Try to be the best of the best. How much was it for UA training? How much, what? Money, time? I don't get the question. How much time does a Boeing 737 can fly once? How much time at once? The flight time, do you mean? Well, it can stay in the air for 9 hours around, so quite a lot. How do you decide which engine to start first? Well, according to procedures, we start engine number 2, then engine number 1. If you have some problems with APU, if it doesn't work, firstly you start engine number 1 and then engine number 2. That's the procedure. Okay. What's your most favorite aircraft, Captain? If you speak about commercial airplanes, it's Airbus A350. Don't come to Delhi. If you don't have anyone here, you will get ripped off pretty badly. Well, we had layovers in Delhi in my airline, and we used to fly the Boeing 767s, and our crew did tours in Delhi on their own, so nothing special about the Delhi. Well, they were not ripped it off, so I think it's a nice, calm place. Yeah, no specials there. I haven't heard about any kind of incidents happened to our crew, if someone was robbed or something. No, everything was okay. Please use Instagram. I have Instagram. It's in my profile. If you go to YouTube channel, you may find it just on a desktop. It's Dennis_pilot. Hi bro, how to be a pilot? I want to also make a pilot. I love your videos. How to be a pilot? Just Google. Well, first go to the flight school. You need to have your flight hours for training, and after that you need to be hired by the airline. So not an easy way if you speak about the time that you have to spend and money for the training. I have been watching your videos for a long time and I love them. Okay, thank you so much, Mario. What is the current situation of Qatar Airways? I'm not the pilot of Qatar Airways, I cannot tell you, but what I see that they have the huge conflict with Airbus. I don't know why. Well, some suggest that Airbus provided the solution to fix the paint problem, but after that Qatar Airways decided to put this issue to the court. This issue is now in the court. They want $600 million from the Airbus as the compensation for the aircraft that they state are not airworthy, and Airbus in their turn, they decided to cancel their order for completely different aircraft type, like they ordered 50 Airbus A321s, and Airbus decided to cancel that order. It's what I remember, it's the first time in aviation history then the manufacturer actually cancels the order of airline. Unprecedented. And they have the conflict now, and Qatar released a very interesting video, the statement of how the airplanes look like. You may check it check my review of that video on my channel, the latest video, and the airplanes are in horrible condition. Well, I like Airbus A350, but they really have the problem with the paint. I can admit that. I hope they can solve this problem together with Airbus in the nearby future. Other than that, it's the unprecedented conflict we have in aviation industry. But I think I'm more on the side of Qatar Airways now, because they showed that airplanes really in severe conditions, so the paint is totally ripped off, and yeah, it's terrible. And now I think that Qatar Airways, they should have some kind of compensation for that, but it's my opinion, my friends, I may be wrong. I asked Qatar Airways, I emailed them directly to media contact, but so far I don't have any kind of response for them from their side. How many times you fly to Sri Lanka? I do not fly there, I haven't been there, but we have some charter flights to Sri Lanka, and maybe one day I'll go there. What's up, man? I think I was on your flight to Dubai. I realized days after, though, after community post. Maybe it's we fly there very frequently now. Greetings, Dennis from America. I'm a Cessna 172 pilot myself. Love your videos. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. You fly a nice plane. It's probably most popular plane if you speak about the general aviation. Great plane you fly. Lots of spare parts around the world, right? How do you get flight hours? Can you make them in simulator or only really? You can, no. Some airlines recognize the flight simulator hours, some not. The majority do not recognize. So if you apply to the airline, they will look only through your real flight hours. How you can build them? It's up to you. So then you have your first job. In the United States, it's more easier because the general aviation is very developed there, and you can try to be a CFI, certified flight instructor, in a flight school. You can, I don't know, tow banners, do patrolling flights, pipe patrolling, joy flights, skydiving flights. So you have lots of activities there. If you speak about my country, Ukraine, there are not a lot of ways how you can build the flight hours flying the small airplane. But you can be hired to airline right away from the academy here. In America, you cannot do it, according to FAA regulations. Here, European regulation and Ukrainian regulations, they are more simple if you want to go to commercial aviation. So you can go straight away to the airline, to go to Wizz Air, I don't know, to Ukraine International, be hired. Yeah, very easy. But you need to have the passport, local passport here, if you want to fly from Ukraine. Russia can attack Ukraine anytime, so take care of your belongings. My belongings. I don't have lots of belongings. Yeah, we live in a strange world, you see, guys. No matter where you live, you might have some kind of conflicts. Usually it happens with the neighboring countries, right? So then I lived in Indonesia. I discovered that they also had a conflict even with Malaysia, neighboring country, Timor, you know. So neighbors, like in real life, yeah, sometimes you have bad relations and sometimes you have fights. Not me, I have never had any fights, but I heard that some of the people, they might have struggling relationships with their neighbors, and the same we speak about the countries, right? So Middle East countries, you know, what else? Turkey with Greece, just and of course Russia, Ukraine, just recent conflicts we have. Yeah, it's like a life, you know. It does not depend on me, so I'm the subject of what is happening. I can just, you know, take care about what is happening. I can blow my mind, okay, they will attack me and I'll go crazy, but I'll just continue to live my life as it is, continue to fly airplanes, if we continue to fly. So no one knows what may happen in the future. Your life may be changed in different direction very, very fast, and it doesn't matter where you live actually. In United States, they also have many problems. There is no stable country in the world. Maybe Switzerland. So I'm not really into politics. I'm not really into this. Trying to be ahead of this and looking down on what is happening. Okay, we're gonna move there, or stay here. There's nothing you can do really. Then this political stuff is happening as a tiny human being. Enough for politics today. Where is my chat? Why it gone to the bottom? The chat is lagging. Boom, boom, boom. How old are you? I'm 34. Will turn 35 this February. How much time do you think it will take to be a 737 or Airbus A320 pilot from zero in Europe? I think 2 years. 2 years for 1 year for small airplane training, etc. Well, let's say 1.5 years for all the frozen ATPL if you go to the right school where you can get frozen ATPL, and a few months for the type rating for Boeing 737 or Airbus. So count on to spend 2 years if you have funds to do it. I need to study for be a pilot, of course. Hello, Captain. Based on your experience in aviation, is it possible for you to pursue for being an astronaut someday? Well, you can put your goal and try to achieve it as hard as possible. For me, I think it's not possible. I'm already old guy. I really want to be a pilot. How much does it cost from middle class family? Don't put your hearts and those emojis because it doesn't help me, okay? I can skip other comments. Don't spam other words. Well, it doesn't matter if you are from middle class family or I don't know, from the cost is the same. If you go to the flight school, ask. It matters only on country, depends on country. So where I live, it's around 35 up to 50 with something $1,000 from zero to hero, and in the United States I think it's up to 80,000. In Europe it could be more than $100,000 from zero to hero, so it matters only on the country. Can anybody wear glasses? Yes. And fly? Yes. Hey Captain, I have a question for you. Why do you say be careful while performing flight control check? By the way, I love your videos. Well, then you pull the yoke, the control column up. You can, if other person will, for example, lean down for, I don't know, if he or she drops something, or maybe they will just go ahead, you can hurt the other person with yoke. So it's better to tell. It's like a good CRM. Okay, I'm pulling, be careful, I'm pulling the yoke up. Be careful, stay away from the yoke, okay? So that's that's the thing. Ouch, just moved my camera a little bit. If it's not the secret, how old are you? Already answered, 34. How much money was it to start training for Ukraine International? For me it was free because I was already experienced pilot and they needed pilots, so they put me to the type rating for Boeing 737. So nothing really. Tashkent with you. Hello, Tashkent. Dennis, when are you flying as a passenger, not as a pilot? Are you able to estimate flying procedure, landing, etc. for another pilot? Estimate? I can guess what they are doing, right? So that's it. Then I heard that the air condition is off, they're starting the engines. So yeah, I know some of the stuff. Greetings from Germany, you're the best man. Not really. Greetings to Germany, by the way. Hi Captain, when do you think the pandemic will end or become endemic at least? I heard the news today that probably in 2022, this year, it will be like a flu with Omicron variant, and with the latest variants it will become more infective but less severe. By the way, my friends, I'm collecting funds to perform some stunt on the flight simulator, so if you can, please support the channel. And I cannot answer all of the comments, and if you want your comment to appear and for everyone and me, of course, to read it out and answer your question, you may go to donation, to the link to this video, and go to donation page where you can support the channel, and of course I will answer your comment or question. Alerts, it will be like this. I will do the test alert. So like this. Have you ever flown to Belarus? Yeah, many times. Many times. To Minsk, many times. We canceled this flight, well, long time ago, like 3 years probably ago. Even on Boeing 737 Classic, I used to fly there. I like Belarus. It's a nice country. Are you worried about the situation with Ukraine and Russia? Yeah, of course I worry, because I live here. I worry, but what can I do? Nothing. As a small human being, right? So just staying home, and that's it. Working, staying at home, doing the YouTube stuff as usual. I can what can I do? I can scream, ah! We're gonna, you know, I think everything will be handled well. I still do not think that they will come here. It will be the stupid decision for them in the first turn. Hi Dennis, I have an important question, and it is an airline that does not belong to my home country. Do I get days off to travel and visit my family back in my home country? Rita asked. Well, depends on your contract first. Usually the more days off you have, the less salary you have. So if we speak, for example, China and their airlines, you may have wonderful contracts, like you may work there for 2 weeks and spend like 4 weeks at home. So 1 month at home, just you may go to China for 2 weeks, coming back for 1 month again, but your salary will be 2 times less. And if you stay there like for 1 month and coming home just twice a year, your salary will be really big, the big one. So it depends. For my contract in Garuda, Indonesia, then I was an expat. I had 2 weeks off, but I also ordered some of the extra days off. They allow us to do it for the trip, so I have like 2.5 weeks off and 8 weeks on, so almost 2 months, yeah, working in Indonesia, and half a month I'm free. What are you drink? What do you drink? I drink water. a cup of water. Minimum height for being a pilot, I don't know. You need to go to medical checks and ask to medical facility, air medical facility, and they will tell you. In different countries they are different. I don't know if they exist really for my country. For Boeing 737, the smaller you are, the better, I think, because the cockpit is small. Can a passenger land a plane in emergency case? No. I have mild red-green color blindness, and there any alternative? I don't know. You need to go to air medical facility to check your sight. Would you visit UK anytime? Yeah, I would like to visit this country. I really like UK. I really like how English sounds, how UK's English sounds. Well, it also matters on the part of the UK, but really like that country. How much money was spent on flying school, bro? And please shout out to Yanis. Yanis? Okay, your name's Yanis. There's the video on my channel, My Way to Become a Pilot, and they are told about it, this information about it. So I spent not a lot of money. I became a pilot, then everything went through the airlines here. So the airline had the flight training organization certificate. I might go there and fly. So I basically got my CPL, flying cargo airplanes for the airline. You cannot do it right now. So regulation changed, and now if I would become a pilot, would have to become a pilot right now, well, I would have spent lots of money for that. And that's the question, if I'll become a pilot, really. Hi Captain, did you ever think that being a pilot would never work out, and what would you be then? Yeah, thanks for the question. These thoughts stayed with me. Sorry for the mic, I put S. Those thoughts stayed with me throughout my training. I was in lack of funds for to pay for the training flight, so I had to work as a mechanic for the small airlines. So probably I would go to Antonov Airlines, Antonov Design Bureau, and I would become some kind of aircraft designer, but I would still connect my life with aviation. But at some point I would invest the money I got from the regular salary to become a pilot. And after all, even in 40s I would become a pilot anyway, because it's my goal, it's my life goal, and I'm really happy to achieve it. I don't know if you are comfortable answering this, but what is your monthly or annual salary as a pilot? I cannot tell you, Alice. I cannot tell. It's according to my contract. If I'll tell you my salary, they will say, okay, you are fired. So I cannot tell my salary as an airline pilot, but what can I tell? That it is several times, like I think now it's 3 times lower than usual, because of the crisis. And the less we fly, the less we have as for the salary. So I have this month I have just 3 flights. Just imagine, right? 3 flights. I hope situation will change in summertime. Captain Dennis, I have another question, and it is, will 5G affect aviation severely in the future? No. They will find out how to deal with it, and they already plan to restrict the areas of 5G around the airports and arrival routes, let's say for the runways. So they should have like 2 miles gap buffer area for 5G antennas. In France they will lower antenna coverage. It's more Well, for Europe, it's not as critical as for US because in the United States, the 5G signal is 5 times more powerful compared to, let's say, France. If we speak about the article that was shown in my latest video, one of the latest videos. So 5G really may affect the altimeter, but some altimeters are certified. So here we are not sure about it, but I think in future it will not put the threat. Jacob, thank you very much for your donation, for your support. I hope you are not a Trevor Jacob, right? Thanks for your support, Jacob. Congratulations on 500,000. Thank you. Will you again fly to India? Yes, if I have it in my schedule, of course I will fly this route. Morocco, greetings to Morocco. Have you ever flown to Chisinau? Yeah, and I'll have 2 of the videos about the flights to Moldova, and they will be published on my channel very soon. One of the flights will be together with my friend Robert on a flight simulator, and another will be the real flight to Chisinau. I hope I pronounce it correctly, Chisinau. Sorry. Captain, can I mine that my family has shares in the mine? I didn't get the question. How to... I'm using Flight Sim PMDG. Can I land? I'm professional. Oh, can you land a real plane? Well, I think it's if you press the auto land, if you know how to perform auto land, you may land the real airplane, but not with your flying skills, because PMDG will not give you the flying skills to land the real plane. How often do you have to undergo training? Well, we undergo the training every half a year on flight simulators, on real full flight simulators, certified for the training and checks, of course. And it's a regular thing. So 2 hours each pilot should perform the training as a pilot flying and also pilot monitoring. So totally for one session you have 4 hours. And 4 hours again for the check. We don't have our own simulators in my airline, maybe because we don't have lots of airplanes compared to other major airlines around the world. So we usually go somewhere, to Paris, to Amsterdam, Vilnius, sometimes it is Istanbul. So depends. Captain Dennis, a fellow student pilot, how long did it take you to get the job after your ATPL CPL training, and did they require you to have type rating with minimum requirement? Oh, thank you. My first job was an ATR 4272, and airline paid for the type rating because we hadn't had those planes by that time in Ukraine, and I got my first job even before getting the commercial pilot license. So even before that, so I had all the exams passed, I had all the flight hours for training passed, and I gave all the documents. I brought them to our Civil Aviation Authority, and they say, and I just showed the letter to the airline that I sent all the documents, and I'm still waiting for the commercial pilot license. and the airline say, okay, we'll accept you. So even before getting CPL, I got my job, and just after a couple of weeks I got my license, and I showed them, okay, I can now fly, and say, okay, you can go through your training. So I was lucky with that. What is the difference between planes and helicopter? Planes, I don't know. I don't have plans for helicopter. Dennis, if I want to donate money, will it save the credit card details, or will it automatically delete all the information about the card? I don't know, Rita. So basically this is safe way. Oh, hello Dennis. Steven Fastard. Hi. Thanks for your donation, Steven. Swain, sorry, I miscorrectly spelled your name. Swain, thank you so much. Donation alerts is quite a safe way, so it's the popular service for all the YouTubers to get the donations. On YouTube, I do not have this live stream support donations because it's not active in my country. Sorry about it. So I would use it, of course, for the support chat, but I don't have the sponsorship programs for YouTube. I don't have this live chat support. It's restricted in my country. It's actually not working here. Swain, thank you so much for your support again. It's a great support for the channel. And with that, we can fly something on the flight simulator very, very soon, I hope. Some malfunctions, some failures. Maybe we'll film how to deal with them. Not maybe, but of course we will. What made you do YouTube? Joshua asked. Well, very interesting question. Actually, I wanted to improve my English. I had the luck in speaking to someone. Now I do have some friends, and me, if you're watching me, greetings to you, my friend from UK, from United Kingdom. We sometimes speak. Now I have friends from English-speaking countries. We can speak via Skype, but before I wasn't like with of communication in English, and I really need English for my job, and also I wanted to improve my English. That's like a goal I put to myself, and I started my YouTube channel. It got the name Road Home. Now I just changed the name to Denis Davidov because it's my name, and there's my live channel. So I started to speak in English, and later on I decided why not to speak about the aviation, and that's how this channel was born. So I now speak English quite better than it used to be. Also, the contract in Indonesia helped me a little bit. Then I was in an English-speaking environment with my colleagues, but still it wasn't as good as YouTube channel. So if you want to speak English, just speak it to anyone, to yourself. And after I watch my videos, I can now spot the mistakes that I do, the grammar mistakes, and there are lots of mistakes. So if you're learning English, do not watch my videos for that purpose. Thank you, Captain. Which modern birds will your airline replace with current ones in the future? Will it be Max? We ordered Max. We had 3 of the airplanes been ready to fly, like in a very short time period, and then the crashes happened. Lion Air, Ethiopian, and our airline. Firstly, they delayed the Max, acceptance, right? The Max acceptance in our fleet, and after this health crisis started, our airline canceled the order. So we should have 3 airplanes in our fleet. Now we fly only Boeing 737 NG, but it's still reliable and up-to-date airplane. We have new airplanes in our fleet. I think it is quite reliable plane. but I would like to fly Max, of course. I don't know about the Airbuses. I would like to fly Airbuses as well, to try to fly them. Why not? Sir, then you are parked at the gate. How does the ground staff know then to commence pushback? Then you get approval from ATC. Well, we have the connection, the intercom connection with the ground personnel. There is the small hatch under the first officer seat in the aircraft skin itself that is used to provide there's basically socket for the ground power, and there is the socket for interphone. So you can use this headset to plug in. So the ground personnel, they have this headset, and they go, okay, we are clear for pushback, and they say okay. And in some of the airports, even pushback trucks, they do have the stations, so the driver knows if the airplane was cleared for pushback or not. Sometimes you may have problems with communication, and then you show the signal from the cockpit, like chocks remove, ready for push, and they start to push. And then they show like chocks removed, and you say, can I release the parking brake? And they show you, yeah, you may release the parking brake. You release it, and you go push back. Then start number 1, start number 2, and they say everything all right, and you say okay, parking brake is set. Parking brake is set. They disconnect, that's it, and you show like this, clear for taxi. If they show you like this, it means that the area is clear for taxi. Dennis, will it be hard to find a job after getting CPL? 7,000 CPL holders in my country are unemployed, so could I do it or not? It depends on the market at a particular time. Now they are unemployed. Also, we don't know about their level, or maybe they are in lack of some documents. Then I was flying in Indonesia. There were lots of people who got the CPL without the job, but still they were hiring the guys from abroad. Isn't it sound strange? Yeah. So it really matters on the particular airline, on situation on the market. If it's your goal, just go for it. And finally, there will be a day, then you'll find a job. That's what I think. What's the meaning of May Day? What it means of May Day? May Day means that you are in distress situation, required emergency assistance. You call May Day, and you are free to go to fly wherever you want to fly to deal with situation, and it's up to the ATC now to clear your way, and he or she will tell to other traffic to clear the way for example, for your immediate approach or something like that. And they will also ATC will notify the ground services. They will call to search and rescue. They will call to firefighters. They will call to ambulance, to anyone involved to provide the emergency assistance. So that's what May Day call means. How many times have you intervened in actions of the second pilot, for example, during landing? Nick. In my airline, it happened. I never interfere with first officer actions, never. There were some of the occasions that I took controls, that I understand that the guy's doing something that is really getting us closer to the go-around situation or something like that. So there were just a couple of times in my career that I took controls. Actually, there were 3 times in my career. 2 in my current airline and 1 in Garuda. Then I not interfered with control, but I took the flight controls. So yeah. Have you ever faced a major critical fault during flight? No, never. Good evening, good evening. Is it possible to install a high-speed turn around the loop and ends of the runway to prevent runway overrun? High-speed turn around? No. No. It works as it works. There's some theories to build the circular runways or something. No, it will not work. Do you want to become a pilot when you were a child? Did you want? Yeah, I wanted to become a pilot all my life, as far as I remember me. Well, at first I wanted to become not a pilot, let's say. I wanted to be connected to aviation, and I wanted to become an aircraft designer, a pilot later on. I want to be a pilot, but for me it was like an unreal dream that actually finally came true. What are the chances of dying in a plane crash? 1 to 6 million. The chances are 4 times lower compared to winning the lottery, the $1 million in lottery. So just imagine how low the chance is. The chat is going crazy a little bit, going down. Sir, what is transition altitude? Then you climb, you set the Q and E, the standard pressure, 1013 or 29.92 inches of mercury pressure on altimeter gauge. Then you go through transition altitude. The special layer, let's say. For every airport it may be unique. Have you heard about the Indian Airlines name SpiceJet, Indigo, AirAsia? Yeah, heard about them. Nepal is a beautiful country, no doubt about it. Do you have an opinion on the new supersonic jet that United Airlines have placed for order? It's very interesting. I don't know if they place it for order. I should reach for the news. I think it should be very efficient if you want to put it to the airline. Thank you so much. Cinnamon bun. Thank you so much for your support. Hope to fly you next time. Yeah, waiting for you. Shout me. Then you are in the plane. I will let you in the cockpit after landing, of course. Thanks for your support. What types of landing lights has the Boeing 737 and the differences? Well, they are old new LED lights and old lights as well with bulbs. Well, the new lights, they are fantastic, but they light with this kind of white light, you see, and the old type of lights, it lights with the yellowish color. So I don't know which one is the best. Well, for me, I think the LED is better because they are more powerful, more strong. Hey Captain Dennis, why do the lights in the cabin turn off at night and the airplane is taken off? Is there a specific reason for this? Rita, yes. Try to light up your room during the night time and look to the window. You will see your room basically reflecting in the glass. Because of that, you will not see what is happening outside, and because of that same reason, the lights should be dimmed for takeoff and landing. If you have some kind of emergency, you will not see the fire, the aircraft parts lying just in front. So if you have dimmed light, it will be better for you to understand which way should I get out from the plane. Right, left, if I should go to the aft part of the plane, maybe the front part will be blocked by some kind of, maybe you have fuel spillage and fire in the front, so I will not take this exit. If you have lights on, you will not see it. How can I become Boeing 777 pilot? You go to the flight school, you go through your career and have a job on 777. Sir, have you ever stopped your plane in V2? And V2, you shouldn't stop your plane. In V2 is the minimum safe speed for single engine operation. So yeah, at this speed you should fly. You should stop the airplane before reaching V1. Yeah, I had one reject takeoff. It was on ATR, low speed reject takeoff at 60 knots. We had the problems with the engine electronic control. I decided to stop the takeoff. Reject. How much did it cost ATPL course? It depends on the country. I said it hundreds of times, like up to $100,000. Depends, sometimes even more. Can you ever have to do an emergency landing? No. Can a mine that my family owns sponsor me? I don't get the question. It's just a number of words. I didn't understand it. Hi Dennis. What is the best things about being a pilot? There's the video on my channel, pros and cons. Well, for me, it's the feeling. The feeling, then you fly the huge airplane, then you control it. You cannot compare it with any other feeling than you may experience on planet Earth. Well, maybe flying as an astronaut to space is better, but for me, flying the huge machine and even flying a small airplane or a glider is something really unique experience. The small planes are a little bit different compared to the big one, but still, on any kind of airplane, you may have this sort of feeling that you fly. And I can work with the schedule. Sometimes, even during the summertime, it's crazy schedule. Have lots of work to do, lots of nights, but I never got tired flying airplanes. It's what I do, it's my way of life, and it's my profession that I would like to fly throughout my entire life. That's my goal. And also to share it with you. If money wasn't the issue, would you prefer a Cadet pilot program over the conventional? I would prefer a conventional pass if the money was an issue, because for Cadet program you are tied to the specific airline or the government, so you have some obligations to do after it. If you go through the Cadet program, for now Wizz Air, they have the Cadet program, you should spend quite a lot of time working for Wizz Air maybe you would like to spend this time with there, but now understanding that you are not free with your choice. No, for me, if the money is not an issue, I would join the standard program, just not to have this kind of obligations. Or maybe if you join the government program, you have the obligation for government to work for a specific government airline. Have you ever faced during the real flight both engines failure? I've flown without any engines. I have around 100 hours without the engines. It happened on a glider, but on a real airplane, no. Haven't even single engine failures. I hope I'll never have. We are ready to deal with it, but I hope it will never happen. No one wants to face any kind of failures when they fly. I mean, the pilots, of course. I think the passengers also don't want to face those. Francesca, thank you so much for your support. Sir, if you aren't able to land in any airport, do you make holding patterns or divert to alternate one? It depends on how much fuel I have. If I have the time, the fuel is a time for you in the air. If I'll have time to hold and wait, I'll hold and wait. But it really depends on what should you wait. If they say to you, the airport will, like happened to Abu Dhabi just recently, they had a rocket attack, the airport was closed. So all the airplanes diverted to alternate. In that situation, you don't need to hold, right? Because the airport is closed. But if you have some weather issues, you may hold, wait for situation to go better, or if it go worse, it depends on the fuel you have, so you may divert as well. So really it depends on situation. Now with the winter flights, we have the snow removal ongoing to many of the airports, and sometimes you have to wait up to half an hour for the snow removal from the runway, and yeah, you hold. Did you ever fly glider? Already answered that question. Yes. Do you prefer morning or night flights? I would like to fly during the daytime. How much money you paid for pilot course? Not a lot, just $7,000, and already answered that question. It happened long time ago with different regulations. Now I should have paid quite a lot for that. What is the best aviation academy? Depends. There are lots of hundreds and maybe thousands around the world, so I cannot tell you what is the best. For me, if I would have lots of money, I would probably go to UK for the training. Crew training center, something like that. Because in that way I would learn English better. What's your favorite aircraft? If we speak about the commercial airplanes, it's Airbus A350. Best destination you went or want to go? Well, my best destination is Kilo Bravo Papa. It's Boryspil Airport, my hometown. But I really want to go to United States to discover this country. One day maybe I'll go there. as a tourist, but as destination, maybe JFK also in New York. It's crazy airport out there. That's what I heard. I want to try it out and find out whether it's that crazy or not. Hello, Captain. What's your worst flight ever? Like everything was going wrong that flight. I need to think about it. Probably I hadn't those very dramatic flights in my career. Need to think. Yeah, there was something like that. That's something that was not correct, was not going as planned, but nothing critical. Probably I may remember the flight via Odessa to Israel. Maybe we had a huge delay in Odessa, and we nearly. So in Tel Aviv, you need to take off before certain time because airport is closed for the night because of the noise issues, and because of the delay in Odessa, there was crazy delay. It was totally crazy. I landed in Odessa and asked for refueling, and they say to me that refueling truck is busy refueling the Turkish Airlines, and I say call for next one, for other one, and they say we don't have it, we have just one. So okay, and for long I should wait? Maybe 20 minutes. So it's already been a delay. And then they start to refuel my airplane. The fuel just over. The truck ran out of fuel. And they called for another truck. And they told me, we don't have one more truck at first, but they called for another truck. Oh my god, what are you doing, guys? And later on, some problems, some passengers had problems with passport control, so we had a huge delay, and we nearly did it before the Tel Aviv was closed for the night operations. Wow, it was crazy flight. That's what I remember just recently. It happened like maybe 3 months ago. The situation on skies over Ukraine is changed now in war proximity. Well, we'll see. I know KLM and some of the maybe Air France and Swiss, they changed their time schedule not to have night layoffs in Kiev, but I still do not believe that we'll have the Great War here in Ukraine. For me, it would be the very stupid act from Russia to put their force here in Ukraine, because it's not. I'm sure that they will not win this war. Enough for politics. Hello sir, can you please explain to me what is the Ukraine International Virtual Airline? I didn't understand it. Tarush, it's very simple. The guys, some of the guys, aviation enthusiasts, they decided to make the virtual airline. It's called Ukraine International Virtual Airline, and they fly almost the same procedures as we have in our airline. They fly the same airplanes, but on the simulator. They fly the same routes, similar procedures. So if you want to have this experience flying like it to be to fly in real airline, how to prepare for the flight, with operational flight plans, and many more, you can join the virtual Ukraine International Airlines. You just Google VUAA, and that's it. They will guide you. It's for free. So it's like a virtual airline where some of the real pilots play, and real ATC as well, with all the communications. So it's like a virtual, but they use Aviation, not the VatSim. I can speak Russian, but I will not, because it's the English-speaking channel. And actually, I had the plans to start a channel in Ukrainian. Actually, I had tried to speak, but I decided to quit the Ukrainian channel, because it will take lots of time, my friends. I have this channel already developed in English, and I will continue to develop it, but to split this into other channel, it will take a lot of time, and I work alone, and the idea of this channel is to work alone, because I put my soul to my videos, to editing, to all the process. And yes, I might do it not as good as, for example, mentor pilot does with his crew, but you may find the part of my soul in every kind of my videos. Yes, they are clumsy. Sometimes I have this face palm, then I watch my videos myself. I try not to watch them. Yeah, it's the self-critics as always, but you can really find part of my soul in editing, in filming, in everything. So that's the idea of my YouTube channel. I have the other channel. It's called Denis Davidov. And probably I'll publish there something today or maybe yesterday. I had a trip to Carpathian Mountains. Had a vacation on Christmas with my family there. So we done some skiing, and I took the drone with me. So fantastic views out there, and I'll publish it very, very soon. So I'm just finishing with editing that video. It's not a big one, like maybe up to 15 minutes long, but yeah, published on that channel. Captain, do you think that medical problems that one has really hinder his ability to become a pilot? If not, how much does it hinder some? And should someone be worried because of it hinder? Really hinder? I don't ask me medical questions, guys. I'm not a doctor. Go to air medical facility, and they will tell you about your issue if you have one. Are you scared for your job by the threats of Russia? Even without those threats, I'm scared of my job, because we are in the middle of a pandemic. So the airlines affected by the health crisis, and I have just 3 flights per month. We don't know what to expect next, how the aviation industry, what will be with it in my country and not in my country. So still many of the pilots out of the job because of the crisis. I just hope everything will be all right. Yeah, I do. Everyone worries about the job, but I'm sure that nothing disastrous. Even if I lose my job, okay. If something will go wrong with my airline, if something go wrong with the country, there are still ways out. There will be ways out, I hope. The very important thing is just to stay healthy. If you are not healthy, you cannot fly. Well, Captain, are you married? Yes, I do. I am, sorry. I am, and I do have one daughter. I'm from Russia or Ukraine? I'm from Ukraine. Captain, will aviation become fully electric soon? Good question. Well, if we speak about propeller-driven airplanes, they may be changed to electrical power supply. But if we speak about the jet airplanes, there is not enough technology, not enough power actually to rotate the jet engine with that speed and with that power from electrical motors. So even Airbus predicted that they will use what is that, H2, right, the hydrogen fuel to supply more eco-friendly airplanes in the future. But actually for now, to produce the hydrogen, you need to spend lots of energy coming from the burning of the fossil fuels, and still it's not 100% green, right? As well as electrical batteries. You need to power them up burning fossil fuels. So yeah, we'll see how aviation develops. Now there are some of the designs, some of the concepts, testing the engines, working on the crops, the biofuel, but I don't think it's a good idea either, because you need to have lots of plants and lots of fields to be used as the fields to produce the fuel for airplanes. But we are in lack of the fields to produce the food, so that can lead to some kind of food crisis, so it's kind of tricky, and I would say that it's better to continue to use jet fuel for now. You share the point that Airbus requires less flying skills than Boeing. I'm not an Airbus pilot, but for me, I tried to fly the real flight simulator of A320 and A330, and I find it's more easier to fly Airbus than Boeing, just more easier. Whether it's required less or more skills, I'm not sure. Do you have interests besides aviation and YouTube? Yeah, I have. That interest is motorcycles, our motorcycles. We have even motorcycle club in my airline. The name of it is Aviators Motorcycle Flying Club, Aviators MFC, and most of the members are pilots. And we hang up many times per year. We go somewhere, we ride our bikes, and it's my great passion. And my first YouTube channel, Road Home, was dedicated to motorcycles at first, and now I just post some different life stuff there, but really like motorcycles. Have you been in Spain anytime? Yeah, we had the layover in Madrid. Hey Captain, why does Airline still fly the 767s and 777s? Have you been in 767? What do you think of 767? According to statistics, it is one of the most reliable airplanes. Well, not according to loss of life in accidents, but according to failures that can exist. It's one of the most reliable airplanes out there, 767, and yeah, just a nice plane. And I would not wish, maybe some kind of modification of that airplane will be better for aviation industry. But Boeing came out with the Dreamliner, Boeing 787, and what I saw the Boeing 767-400 modification in Delta, as far as I remember, and I saw the video about it. And it's a nice airplane. It has a modern cockpit, sky interior, wonderful airplane, and yeah, just like that. I've flown it as a passenger a couple of times. A very spacious cockpit, very nice environment, but the cockpit for 300 version is a little bit outdated. It's like a Boeing 737 Classic, if we speak. But still, 3 autopilots, and it can land for category B. Nice. How was Delhi airport? It was smoky. There was a smoke everywhere. It's quite a big airport, quite big. Hi Dennis, any response received from Qatar? No, so far. Maybe they will not respond to me. I was able to find their media website, email, Qatar media. I had the automatic response that due to lots of applications or something like that, we cannot answer to anyone, but still expect our answer. And yeah, I'm expecting. Do you fear that pilots nowadays are becoming too reliant and automation? No. The vehicles, the airplanes that we fly, they are becoming more automative. Why should I fear that? Well, and do not. Have you seen those videos of planes landing in Antarctica? Would you like to try that? Yeah, of course. Does your airline have female pilots? Do you have experience flying with female co-pilot? Yeah. We have 2 of the female pilots. Fortunately, due to crisis, they do not fly right now, but still they work in our airlines. They perform different duties now, and as far as the crisis go away, we expect them to fly again. I was flying with the one girl here in my airline. She's really good in her flying skills. She's really good in her flying skills, in her knowledge. I may admit that she's even better than many of the male first officers, and I'm sure that she will be a captain soon. Not soon, but then she will continue to fly after the crisis. And yeah, I had the simulator, say, a couple of the trainings. Once I had the session with the female pilot from Garuda, Indonesia. She was also okay, but she was in lack of experience flying the airplanes. It was her second flight simulator, and of course we had some issues with that. But I have nothing to complain flying with female first officers, so I really like it. I see no big difference flying with the female or male. Do you think aircraft with bigger screens are better? Yeah, I think aircraft with the big screens are better. You know why? Then I've flown the Airbus A330 flight simulator. The airplane is big, the cockpit is okay, but the screens, they are tiny little screens as on ATR 42. Oh my god, they are too small, just too small, and they have lots of information. For me, well, if I would be the Airbus pilot on A330, I'll be okay with it, but you know, on changing from, even on ATR we had bigger screens on 600 version, and there on A330 such a small screens, very interesting. So I find even screens on Boeing 737 NG are very comfortable. Do you feel exhausted because your job? I feel exhausted that I do not fly. So this month I have 3 flights in my schedule. Nothing really. Greetings from the Pacific Ocean. Wow, great. Do you have the internet in Pacific Ocean? Okay, my friends, it's already getting late. I need to do some shopping. I need to go to the nearby mall to buy some goods, and it's getting very late. And thanks for participating in this live stream. Thanks for those guys who supported. Jacob, thank you very much for your support. Swain, Farstad, thank you a lot for your great support, and probably you're one of my patrons, right? Yeah, and he actually, oh, not he but she. Hi, I laughed, and then you tried to say my name, then I donated for you. VatSim. Sorry. She has probably she. I cannot tell on a picture. Yeah, she, because it's very small. They have the company that produces lights for the Follow Me cars in Norway, and those lights, they are fantastic. And yeah, it's good to have mates around the world who do something very interesting for aviation. Well, it's fine. Sorry about misspelling your name, and thanks for your support here and on Patreon as well. And yeah, Cinnamon, I hope I spelled your name correctly. Thank you very much for support, and I hope also that you fly with our airline next time. So my friends, thanks for participating in this live stream, and thank you. You may put the like to this video if you like, and subscribe to my channel if you are not, and just have a great time. Sorry for those guys whom I have a bit bad English, as I say to you. Sorry for those guys whom I didn't answer the question or something like that. Sorry that I cannot just answer all of the questions. Sorry about it. Well, anyways, goodbye, my friends. Thanks for watching me today. Bye bye.